I'm the designer of Tone Shift 3. This is a device combining sound interface and a MIDI controller, which can be connected to iOS device, MacBook, or Windows PC, as well as hardware hosts such as XFX or KPA. Today, let's take some time to see how to use it on iOS device with software apps effects like JamUp. The video may be a little long, and here are some time-like guide here, and we can just jump into where you're interested in. So now it's showing the switching by MIDI controller, and this is no latency, not like any Bluetooth pedals, no any latency. There are lots of very good guitar software effects apps in Apple Store, and so the effects just sound almost close to the real gears. JamUp is a very famous one, and also other good ones like BIOS, Amp Kit. JamUp has good sound effects and also very versatile functions, such as jam with a backing track, and then a dub recording with a loop function, and a multi-track recorder. Of course, there are tuner and motors as well. So now let's go through some basic setup of the whole thing, and especially your first time using software effects. We can go into the setting menu. There are several important ones. And first, the input channel. We can choose left, right, or mixed. Most software defaults left in, so if you give only to the R in of TS3, there will be no guitar sound input. So another very important setting is the ultra low latency. We recommend to turn on the ultra low latency if your iDevice is the latest or fast enough one. So this gives the total overall latency very small, less than 10 milliseconds. It is possible that you get pop sounds on the output if this is turned on while the iDevice is somehow too old or too slow. And then the important thing is to turn on the MIDI control function. Just find and enable this. For the MIDI controller, TS3 already include the host mode for JamUp and mention the basic pitch switching functions. But we can go to the advanced MIDI control menu and use the LAN mode, and then we can give control to the effects amp, on, off, play, stop, and other parameters. I will shoot another special video showing how to do the setup for the custom MIDI control. So background mode is very important. I will recommend turn on background. So when in background mode, the home return will not kill the effects. And this red bar shows the JamUp is still running in the background. So even we close the screen, the app is still running normally, and all the settings, MIDI control functions are just running normally as well. So if all the tone settings are done and no further screen touch needed, using this kind of mode can save your power and avoid mistouch. Now I point out the solution to the issue that no output, even all the above settings are done. So actually this is reported by the customer, and finally we found it is a system setting issue. We go to the settings of the iDevice, and then we found here all we installed apps. We found JamUp. So here we can see the microphone button. So we need to turn on it. Must be turned on because the iOS will block all the inputs if this is this off. So the problem can be solved just by the simple click here. Now we came to the basic operation of the software. The front page looks very straightforward, and the signal chain the front panel of selected gears and the function pages. The tuner of JamUp is very accuracy. And there's also a very small drum machine here. Now let's look at some basic operation. If you want to select different amps, just do the double click to the amps. Here you have a lot of good amps, more than you want. The same way for the effect modules. Personally, I'd like to get the tone I like by in a simple way, just like dealing with the real gears. So I will use the booster or distortion in front of the amp and delay reverb after that to get more juicy tones. One thing beyond the real gears is that all the modules, the position, you can change the position as you want, and even if it is not so practical. So this is very interesting and make your tone very creative. So now for the noise gate, is very important one. Just the JamUp, if you insert a noise gate, and the default threshold will be in its maximum position. So this is to avoid the big noise and feedback when you use some kind of analog interface through the earphone, but this is totally not necessary for a well-designed digital interface like Tone Shifter 3. Let's see what happened when we just turn down the gate threshold to its minimum. So now the guitar input and the monitor speakers are all turned on and at a very big volume setting. So we don't hear anything, and there's no noise. So even we just bypass the noise gate, still we will not hear any big noise here. But the guitar sound is actually very loud here. Let's drag the strings. So in one word, using Tone Shifter 3 gives much less tone sink and no background noise, and so that also means a long sustain of your guitar sound and a very Now we look at the preset menu and talk about how to save and arrange your tones. There are 4 big banks listed here, and in each bank there are tone pitches are organized by 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, and 2A, 2B until 8D. So when you have a good tone and you want to save it, you just need to press and hold in those blocks till the prompting page comes, and then give the name of your tone and down the saving. So now we come to the Jam section of JamUp. Many of you may like to play some solo along with the backing track. So we can import our backing track into iTunes first. Then we can see the backing tracks after touch the load button. Here are something I had imported. So let's pick one like Gun on the Rose. So now it's playing, and there are 3 very important knobs here. You can adjust the speed, pitch, and the volume. So all independently. So that's a very amazing thing. So you can change the speed while keeping the pitch and or keeping the speed, but shift the tone pitch. Also there's an AB repeat function. It's very good for the training. That's me. Now let's look at another exciting function, the sampler, or we say looper normally. So we can do an overlap recording layer by layer with no limit. There are buttons we can find on some hardware loopers here. Hit the record to give the first time recording, and this will give you the total length of your sampler. After a dump button are active, the recorder will automatically recording the new sample and overlap to the old ones. So with this function, you can play as a whole band only by yourself. So let me give a simple demonstration about this function. So forgive me of my poor guitar playing skills. After the first clip recorded, we can play and check immediately.
Play.
So then we do the dub recording. You can save the sample and use it for your demo or jam next time. And then there's a secret that even those buttons can be controlled by MIDI controller as well. So another important function about JamUp is the 8-channel multi-track recorder. So basically this is a very simple and easy to use recorder which gives you a way to quick save your whims and ideas. So we can go to the menu and then make a new song. So now it's all empty here. So if we want to do a demo with several tracks, we can lower the recording level first and to avoid too high output of the final mix. On the track you want to record into, back-click this, and then we start recording. So we can arm the second one and then do the recording. So the first piece will start playing while we do the record. And the last function page is the tone sharing page. So you can upload or download the tones very easily. Okay, that's almost all the key points you should know about using JamUp. Thank you, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.